Hello, I am Paige Agnew, and this is Paige's Running Corner, running at you with the first ever podcast on this website. Now let's get started. Running in general is such a mental sport, as well as physical. It can help you find who you are and lift you up, but can also knock you down. I'm here to give you an honest take on running and how it has affected me and my relationship with it, as well as how to get help if you start to fall out of balance mentally with running. I started running when I was 7. I was playing soccer and how I just loved it. I was such a timid, shy girl. I really wasn't that aggressive, but I did have my dad's temper. So, in order to release some aggression or anger that I had, I would just run. I would run through the ball, I would run through girls sometimes. I was an unstoppable force. Wasn't too good at shooting goals though, but I digress. I got into middle school. In 7th grade, I found out that there was a track team. And I thought it was so cool how you could run in a circle and that was an actual sport. So I joined. I joined for the 100 and for long jump. Then my 8th grade year, I was so excited because I loved track the year before. And I was still playing soccer, but it was nice to get more active. No? 1, 2, 3. And then my 8th grade year, I was still playing soccer, but I truly did fall in love with running track. And then COVID hit 3 days before my 8th grade spring track season would have started. And I spiraled. I didn't know what to do. I had to stop track. I had to stop soccer because we had a social distance. I just lost who I was. I didn't know who I was without having soccer or running or track. And then in 9th grade, I saw that winter track was a thing. And I was too scared to join winter track. I thought because I hadn't run for a year that I would just embarrass myself. So I didn't join. But then spring track came around 3 months later. And that's when I gained the courage to join back. Of course, with how fate is, I had bruised my tailbone terribly. I might have broken it, but it was definitely bruised. But I still showed up to every practice. And I jogged for however long I could. I tried to join in the warm-ups that I was able to do. And that kind of lit a fire back into me. Even if I wasn't able to run, I was still able to participate and rekindle my love. And then 10th grade, I finally gained to join track. 10th grade, I'd finally gained courage to run winter track. It was indoors, it was cold, but how I fell in love, I completely dove into the track world. I just couldn't stop talking about it. I would text my mom after meets coming home at like 11 o'clock at night, just gushing over how cool it was to watch all the older kids run. And then as an older kid, in my 11th and 12th grade year, I had lost my love for running. It's weird how you could rekindle something so quickly then lose it just as fast. Because I have hit a plateau. I have not gotten any faster. I had girls that were 2 years younger than me smoking me in races. It was a hard thing to deal with. I didn't know how to handle it. I still ran, went to practice every single day, tried to make every meet that I could, but it was just hard to know that 16, 17, 18-year-old girl was slower than a 14-year-old. But I want to say by the end of my senior year, I have found out that just because I am not as fast as I want to be, that does not mean that I am not any good at the sport I love. That I don't have to be the best in order to love my sport. And I'm glad that I learned this lesson now and not in college when I run in college, because mental health is such a hard thing to talk about and to truly understand. Because to other people, yes, it is just a sport, but it's also the whole person's life. And I couldn't imagine my life without running. That brings a perfect segue to the mental health in sports. It is such a hard thing to go through, and I would know to not be as good as you think you are or as you expect yourself to be. But that is all in your head. If you get in your head that you are not as good as other girls, you are going to embarrass you are going to embarrass the people around you, then that is what you're going to do. You are not going to run as good. You are going to be insecure, and thenceforth, you're not going to run as well as you expect yourself to. Or if you are starting to run, then you're going to not be able to find how lovely and liberating running can feel. So, in order to combat those negative thoughts, it is good to have some positive self-talk before you run. Because I know that I do that. I would say, I am strong. These are also so corny, but it's okay. I am strong, I am fast, and I am capable. Because that's all you could really be, is capable. It is such a good thing to see that mental health is now becoming a huge part of the athletic journey. And if you are struggling with mental health, then please contact someone, anyone. When I had lost myself in my love for running, to bring back a story I said earlier, when COVID hit and I lost myself, I did it by myself because I didn't tell anyone how I was feeling. I was scared that if I told my mom or my dad, they would just immediately be like, well, that's your fault. Why aren't you exercising if you want to be exercising? No one's stopping you. But your brain is such a powerful tool. It can really put you in the bestest mood, give you complete euphoria, and then completely just crush you and put you down. But after a few months of feeling like that, I did go to my mom. I was like, hey mom, this is what I'm feeling. And I think it's because I'm not running. And she completely understood. She said if I wanted to start running with her, if I needed to run, to get me new sneakers if I needed new ones. She was such a rock in my hard time. And if you are feeling like that, please find someone that will be your rock. Whether it's your parent, your parents, your best friend, your sons, a teacher, coach, anyone that you're able to reach out to and feel safe with. Because you only have one life. And there's so much beauty and wonder that is going on throughout the world that you may not just see without a pair of glasses, if you would say. Your rock. One. So, as I go through the next chapter of my life, my college career as a track athlete and a student, I know that I will use my resources in order to stay happy, healthy, and grounded in my time of big change. And I hope this inspires you to stay happy, healthy, and active. Just before I leave, I want to say, if you are feeling negative thoughts, there is always a hotline in order to reach out to. And if you do not feel safe in the home that you are feeling in, no, hold on, pause. 1, 2, 3. If you do not feel safe in the home that you are in, then reach out to an appropriate reporter and get yourself somewhere that you're able to feel as much happiness and peace as you possibly can. Thank you for so much for joining me at Paige's Running Corner, and I hope we can run together again. Thank you.